Hey guys, it's West here, back with another episode of Laika Oreos. Today, of course, back in the Laika account, we have some Giants going on in the background. To give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's been going on with my Giants team, Megan is now in full effect, 6-starred, and she has been for a good while. But she has been helping with a little bit with the speed of our runs, and since we're going to be eventually using her in Dragons B10 anyways, I thought it'd be nice to have her. Really exciting thing. Probably the biggest update on this account. If you haven't seen the spontaneous stream, I'll go ahead and put a clip in now. Oh, holy! And so that clip was just of me pulling the Psamathe. It was during the spontaneous stream that I had a few days back, and I was just doing my normal stuff, farming in all the accounts, and in the background of the chat, I saw that I had pulled a Psamathe, and this Psamathe was skipped. I was like, of course, the one scroll I skipped would be the Nat 5. Really crazy, really exciting. It means there's a lot more to come in terms of arena and maybe even real-time arena. I mean, that's way ahead, World Arena in the future. The second speed lead Nat 5 on this account, which is awesome, because we also pulled Chiwu, who also has a speed lead, not as good as Psamathe, of course. Psamathe is 33%, Chiwu's 24%. But I really look forward to building him, and free rune removal is coming up, so I might have a few despair runes. And speaking of runes, I just want to go over the rune quality, the general rune quality in my box. I'm not really highlighting any specific runes, but just give you guys an idea of where I'm at in terms of rune progression right now. So I'm really quickly just flying over runes to give you guys an idea of what runes look like. I don't know, because I know some people like to make comparisons between accounts or understand progress of an account based on what the runes look like. Mostly just going to be showing you the plus 12 ones, but I'm also going to go over some of these blue runes to show you guys kind of what I'm keeping. Most of these 5-star runes are like no longer being used, so I'm just about to the point where 6 stars are going to be the only things I'm keeping. But one thing that I can say, however, is that this rune's pretty nuts. I pulled this rune. This is the kind of quality rune I'm looking for currently on my main account. Max roll crit, max roll speed, max roll attack, max roll innate crit damage and resistance. For a nuker in raid 5, if this rune rolls correctly, and by correctly I just mean high rolls that vary, like I don't care what substats they go into as long as they're high and as long as they're not all focused into one singular substat. This could be a really good like water kung fu girl rune or whatever other damage dealer I bring to an R5 team. And this is the kind of rune I really want on my main, so I just thought I'd mention it because it was really exciting to get this rune. Also notable, some of the Swift and Energy runes I've been getting lately have been really nice. Like this one, for example, really good potential Stella rune, and I don't know. I've just been really happy with the rune quality I've been getting as of late. We haven't been farming Giants or pushing to farm Giants. We have some good support runes here too. Dragons, I'm sorry. I haven't been pushing to farm Dragons, but I do have some of these runes. Like this rune, this crazy random and dual rune I got from just one of the like daily rune things, how during the monthly event you get the free rewards and now you can get runes as rewards. This is one of the runes that I got as a reward, so that's actually kind of crazy. Those rewards are really amazing. I wouldn't underestimate them. If anybody thinks that it's just a shiesty way for Comtuos to pretend like they're giving us rewards, I've been pretty happy with them, and they have helped this account a fair bit. I have been using Hua a little bit. I haven't used Hua on any other accounts, even though I have her on almost every single account that I play on. But she's a lot of fun. She procs sometimes. I don't really care about her procs as much as I care about her attack bar reduction, and overall her damage output is fairly decent as well. In fact, we could go and show her stats since I think I've shown the gist of the rune quality I have so far. So these runes aren't powered up to plus 15, of course. She's in a speed crit damage attack build, and I tried to get a few HP subs and 1 or 2 defense subs here or there. The big thing was getting her some accuracy though, because I did want that attack bar reduction as often as possible. I'm really happy with this. I think she's really fun to play with as a unit, and I don't know, I was kind of curious about how she played out before I built her on my main account. This is because I was considering Hua for R5, and I still am. I may very well use her still. I'm not 100% sure if she's going to be the final damage dealer. I'm really liking Faye for raids as well, so anyways, that's why I built her up. I have been using her in TOA a little bit. I did clear, I clear decently in TOA normal 72. On this account, I'm pretty happy. I have no Beretta on this account. I have no Mav built. So there's a lot of TOA units that I don't have built that I could have built potentially, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Right now, I'm into getting my GB10 really, really locked down, getting it down to 1 minute. 1 minute 30 is, is what I want, but I'm aiming for a minute, of course, as that's the goal. I do have Galleon here, but currently my damage dealer runes aren't strong enough to support or really justify having a Galleon put into the team. Veramos as well. He's really tanky, and he's pretty quick for having plus 12 runes. His substats are fairly decent on most of his runes, so he's in a pretty safe support build. Much like my other accounts, I do want to eventually put him on a damage dealer build because it's a good way to keep that the unit where you don't care about the AI but still bring something that is really, really effective for keeping a speed team on the safer side, because every speed team can derp, and having a damage dealer Veramos can really prevent that defense break from being the reason your team fails. So I really like him in the team regardless of what his build is, but on a damage build, of course, he can do really big damage, about 10k AoE even on a speed crit damage attack build, and upwards of 25k, 30k sometimes on the first skill, speed and attack scaling damage, on like a swift blade attack crit damage attack or speed crit damage attack build. So I am looking out for that. Of course, if I get speed crit damage attack runes, they're probably going to go on Hua a little bit first. And speaking of damage runes, here's the current state of my Lucian. I recently came across a really interesting article because I always try to learn more about the game. I don't talk about this too much, but I always try to inform myself as much as possible on what makes monsters better, what I can do to up my game in Summoner's War, and how I can progress more quickly so that I can share either with you guys or so that my progress can be pushed forward even more so I have more content to share. And a really interesting Reddit article I came across about damage on units and how skill ups affect the way that your unit should be balanced in terms of attack and crit damage. And this was pertaining only to purely attack-based nukers, not nukers that have some damage scaling from speed or damage scaling from HP or defense added in addition to that. So just raw attack damage dealers, Lucian, Raok, Laika, just units that I'm naming right off my account. Just reading about that article, and how important it is to have high attack, since even on units like Lucian, where there is an ignored defense, you're not really 100% ignoring defense, because the way the formula works that calculates the ultimate damage output, or the actual damage output after everything is taken into account, after the crit, after the skill damage increases based on your on your skills, after certain multipliers, attack buff, and all this kind of stuff. Even after all that, ignored defense still doesn't ignore 100% of the defense with the way the equation works. It's weird. I'll find the Reddit article and talk about it on another video and give all the credit where credit is due, of course. But I was reading about that, and so now I am focusing more on putting high attack on my units. And this thought really came to mind, or this concept is something I really started exploring after I read more about my Laika, and how I switched them from Vampire to Fatal and put an HP into slot 6, and I lowered the crit damage a little bit but raised the attack actually a little bit, and really saw a huge difference in the way he played out ultimately. But anyways, too much information overload. I'm putting more attack on all my units, and I'm worrying more about having a higher attack percentage than crit damage percentage. And what I mean by that is, the total attack, plus 1700, that's a little bit under 200% attack, a little bit under plus 200% attack, and you can see the crit damage on my Lucian is 164%. So you can see that the attack is weighing a little bit heavier than the crit damage, and that's because the article I read, because just in general, that is going to be better off for attack-based damage dealers. So I am looking for a lot of runes with more attack now, rather than prioritizing, strictly crit damage. Violent runes, I've got some weird stuff here that I craft. If I have the stuff to craft violent runes, I do. Just because if I have the ability to craft them, I might as well start crafting them now and hold them for later. So that's what's been going on there. I don't know why I have this rune. I probably mistook that for an attack percentage. When I'm farming on 4 different devices at once, it's really easy to keep those kind of flat runs sometimes. But free rune removal is coming up this weekend. I am, of course, going to try to optimize my monsters to the best of my ability. Every time free rune removal comes around, I always try to optimize my monsters. Even if there's no major changes that come through, there always will be at least 1 or 2 runes that get shifted around between 3 or 4 units, maybe a few damage dealers get some upgrades, some stuff like that. So that's probably what's going to be happening next. In terms of everything else, that's probably it. I did mention a while back that I got into the guild with the Crushed Cookie account and with the Starry Night account. It's all the same guild now, and I have been in attacks, which means the Laika account is finally getting these beautiful glory points, so I can get this 4-star Rainbow Mon every week. And in addition to that, I should be getting at least 10 Ifrit pieces a week, sometimes maybe 20, depending on if I really participate in the siege battle. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's open up this trophy box because apparently all the crazy stuff happens off camera. I really was considering recording the Laika account during that stream just in case stuff like that happens. I probably should just record every single scroll I ever summon just in case in the future. And I might start doing that. But yeah, that's what happened here. Transmogs. I was thinking about transmogs on my main account because I have a transmog coming out. So I do want to check the current state of transmogs here because I really want to get that the Laika transmog. I think it looks freaking gorgeous, and I'd be really excited to get it. I think maybe I'm 30 or 40 pieces in, or transmogrification stones in, right? 59, so I'm not too far away. One thing is, though, I am pretty low on crystals, so I'm going to try to hit TOA normal 80-ish if I can. That extra 300 crystals would be a nice boost. We got, just over a week left. If I can get higher and hard, I will. I don't see myself getting past TOA hard 50. And yeah, I'm gonna be farming until then. So that's my box, and I'll show my storage real quick, just in case people are curious. Not anything has really changed. A lot of 3-star max Rainbow Mon are starting to come in, so maybe we'll have another 6-star in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, as always, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And if you are not currently, then please, I welcome you to subscribe and be notified of whenever I create new content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, it's West again. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more.